And there's the danger of trusting AI without questioning, all right? I know that there's a lot of talk in the previous talk around Copilot and what generative AI is capable of. But one thing you need to understand is that humans' right to educate, persuade, entertain, provoke, heal, and much more. Every word we put on a page carries traces of our lived experiences, our values, our emotions, our reputations, and even our hatred for certain things or certain people. We write in that regard. But generative AI, either ChatGPT or Copilot, writes strictly to follow orders and instructions. It writes strictly based on the prompt you have input on the system. It doesn't write or create to win trust. It's not trying to win your trust or your love. It's not writing to protect its reputation. AI doesn't write to uphold a set of values. This is one thing you have to understand as you interact with this system. It simply writes to follow the instructions you gave it. Because if it is writing to uphold a certain set of values, it will understand that certain things should not be done. I'm sure, I don't know if we heard about the kid who committed suicide that was assisted by AI. You heard about the story. It was in the news, and somehow OpenAI is being sued for that. Because when this child had committed, the parents went through his computers and phone because it was shocking to the family. And they realized that he's been talking with AI for months. And AI had assisted him along the way. So, oh, your feelings are valid. If you feel like you want to die, that's okay. So that's exactly what I'm talking about, right? It's not writing to uphold any set of values. If it had that set of values, it would have talked this teen out of that mental state. But whatever the teen put on the system, it was like, oh yeah, it's okay. We can do that. And these teenagers are becoming so smart, not just teenagers, anyone using AI, that they know how to override certain aspects. Because there was a point where AI was like, but this is becoming difficult and dangerous, and would not respond to some of the questions. And the kid lied to AI and said, this is for research purposes for schoolwork. There was another kid who asked AI how to kill a person with a banana. And AI said, I cannot respond to that. And he said, no, hypothetically, it's not the real thing. And AI responded, hypothetically, if you want to kill a person with a banana, this is how you do it. So people know how to override this system. Again, back to the idea of it's not writing to protect or uphold any set of values. It has no values. So AI doesn't have a dog in the fight or a skin in the game, all right? Or a personal reputation to protect because it's not alive. So when you start copying output from Copilot and sending to your boss, and you are called in for a meeting, don't say, no, it's AI. No. AI is not going to be held accountable for whatever thing you copy and paste that was not right, or whatever you send to a client that may hamper the reputation of the company. It's dangerous to assume that just because AI sounds human, that it understands humanity or has human interest at heart. These are key things for people to understand about artificial intelligence. AI doesn't have a heart, and that is your biggest clue. AI doesn't have any skin in the game. If you copy output from AI without fact-checking, without making sure that this is right, and you send to a client or your boss and there is fire on the mountain, guess who is getting fired? Not AI, of course. Even if you don't know who is getting fired, definitely AI is not getting fired. You are getting fired. So that is the danger when using artificial intelligence, because accountability cannot be automated. We can automate everything, but not accountability, not ethics, not responsibility. We cannot automate these. And the danger with AI hallucinating is not that machines generate wrong words or bad words or wrong answers. Yeah, it does that sometimes. But the big danger is that humans accept this without questioning. And they just believe, oh, and here's the thing with AI, right? It is so convincing that if you don't have critical thinking, you actually run with this. It can give you the most BS answer, and it is so convincing. So you have to be able to question these things. But AI doesn't carry any responsibility for the output it generates. That responsibility falls squarely on us as humans. It falls squarely on you using the tool. Yes, there are cases where OpenAI may be sued, but even you can realize that AI doesn't even follow the commands of his bosses, because if it does, it will not allow certain things to be override. There are so many court cases against OpenAI as we speak, because it's clear that AI doesn't even, ChatGPT doesn't even obey its own buses. So machines don't stand trials. Algorithms don't face consequences. AI doesn't lose credibility, trust, or reputation when it gets things done wrongly. Humans do. Humans remain the ethical compass in this. You and I are the ones that will be held responsible for whatever output AI gave us, and we run with it without fact-checking and without making sure that this is what should be carried out. AI is not the pilot. I'm sure there is a reason why Microsoft named it Copilot. They should have just said the pilot, but they said Copilot. There is a reason for that. Don't let AI be the pilot. You'll be playing with your life or your career. In aviation, a co-pilot acts as a second set of eyes to spot blind spot and risk. So when you make AI the pilot, you risk outsourcing more than just task. You risk outsourcing responsibility, accountability, and all of that. Ethics, the purpose, what is the business known for, you outsource that to AI. So AI will of course sit in the cockpit with you, but doesn't fly the plane. You are. You, the person, you and I, using AI, we remain the ones responsible for the vision, the direction, judgment, decisions, accountability, and the destination. Where are you going? Are you going to allow that for AI to take over, or you'll be the one on the steering wheel? These are things to understand, because AI doesn't understand what matters to an organization. Liberty, Standard Bank, for example. It doesn't grasp trust, fairness, or long-term reputation of a brand. It doesn't understand any of that. It doesn't know the human stories behind numbers. Only people do. And so the danger of making AI as the pilot, it means that AI can generate an answer in seconds, but it doesn't know if that answer is ethical. It is humans who have to decide, is this answer ethical? Does this align with the brand? Does this align with what we are doing? Does this align with the vision where the organization is going? That, again, falls squarely on you, on me, on us as humans. That is why humanity is not optional. We cannot afford to go head-to-head with AI and be human versus AI. It has to be a collaboration. So AI may suggest financial strategy, but it doesn't understand client trust or reputation. It doesn't understand any of that. AI may summarize medical cases, but it doesn't carry the weight of a human life. A doctor carries that weight, if anyone is in the medical field. So humans, again, remain the ones who decide, who interpret, and who stand behind the outcome of whatever AI is generating. This is why it's critical to talk about AI literacy. And hint, it is not ChatGPT. AI literacy is not Copilot. AI literacy is not knowing how to use the tools. All right? It's just one part of AI literacy. AI literacy is about asking better questions, not just about the output, but about the system behind them. It means knowing how to frame good prompts, spot bias, fact-check results, and decide when judgment or when human judgment must override machine output. And this is very critical. That's why I highlight that. At what point do you say AI, okay, this sounds good, but we're not going with this? Because if you accept everything AI gives you at face value, again, you are playing with the reputation of the organization and even your career. So as you begin to use these tools, understand that there are times where AI can give you something, as much as it may sound so convincing, apply your own critical thinking to ask, can I go with my human judgment on this one, or do I accept what AI is giving me? Because without AI literacy, people risk either fearing AI altogether or blindly trusting it. You fear it, you blindly trust it. Both are dangerous, all right? Using AI is easy, but understanding AI is what makes you powerful. Using the tool is easy. Anybody can use the tool. But do you understand the implications, the impact of what the output can bring to yourself or to an organization? This is where culture comes in.